Hello and welcome to me to Columban. I'm Father Jim Mulroney and I'm your host for today. And my guest is Naanise Mo'unga. Nani comes from Tonga and currently she is working as a Columban lay missionary in Fiji. Now, Nani, welcome to the program and thank you for giving us your time. For a beginning, did I pronounce your name well enough for you to recognize it?
Yes, I'm okay with
I
it.
did pretty
Thank you
well.
for having me.
You're most
Yes.
welcome. I've been practicing your name and wondering if I got it right or not. Now, your real name is Naanise, but usually your friends call you Nanny. Is that right?
Yes.
Now, you come from Tonga. Your family still live in Tonga. And we know that about 1 month ago on January 15, much of Tonga was devastated by a volcanic eruption under the sea. Have you been able to contact your family since that time and talk with them? I think you come from quite a big family, and are they safe?
Yes. I was lucky enough to talk to my sister during the time on the 15th. At that time was already like they call it rainstorm.
Mm.
Uh, but during like while I talking to her and the call was off. After the eruption and the tsunami, I was really, worried to see what is happening to them if they are okay. On Sunday morning, I tried to call, and then I found out everything is disconnect.
Yes.
So it was worried me. And after 2 days, my sister in New Zealand, I have a sister in New Zealand, she commented she was able to talk to them. So it was giving me like give me peace. And at the same time, she mentioned to me try to call, and I didn't recognize the time. On the time it was around 10 o'clock midnight.
Mm.
I tried to call my mom. Her phone was ringing, and I said, "Okay, I think it's okay to contact." And no response. So I called my sister, one of my younger sister who was with my mom, with my parents, and she answered it. But at the same time, there was like still trample. You cannot really hear the voice, but all I can hear, they said they are okay. So it was giving me peace on that time. So I message on Facebook. I was able to talk to them and check them. They are okay. And yeah, but I was able to talk to them and they are okay. There were some families was moving from the city and moving and stay with them.
I see. That
So
must have been a great relief for you to get that news.
yes,
Yeah.
very much.
Now, Tonga is it's a kingdom, the Kingdom of Tonga, we call it, and it's an island nation in the Pacific. It's not just one island. How many islands really constitute what we call Tonga?
Basically, it's since I get it from my school, and it was around 170
Mm.
islands, but it was only around 70 or like in like habitat. Yeah, it's people living. Yeah, most of the islands are not. It's
But yeah,
inhabited.
yeah, 70 is still a lot. Now, we have seen
Yes.
pictures and movie footage of destruction in Tonga on our
Yes.
television sets. And it's easy to presume that the whole of Tonga, or maybe every island, has been
Yes.
totally devastated. Is that really the case, or?
Yes.
disappearing from one island or one area to another?
No, it was really affect the whole country, the whole island, the whole of Tonga.
Now,
But it,
how do people in Tonga make a living? What do they do for their livelihood? And how is the work of their livelihood affected by such a disaster?
most of them, it's the plantation, using like of plantation, uh, root crops. Like they planting, like for the family. At the same time, they selling it for, and also fishing.
Now, both the plantations and the fishing industries must have been affected quite badly.
Yes.
So what do people do in the meantime? Is there food available? Is there drinking water available? Are medical services available?
Basically, it's I think I can say there are so many people helping in different ways. Like some people like the aid from different countries, and also the whole Tongan people around the world. They try to send at least something, to help people in Tonga. Food, basically, it's the food. But at the moment, when I talk to my families, they try to replant, try to replant some of the food crops like kumara, like the food that it's very fast, it's not take long to grow, like the sweet potatoes, all that kind of food. They are trying now to replant it, and also to water, because it was rain
Yes.
few weeks ahead. I know there were heavy rain, and like some of the water tank already full of water. So, yeah.
Now, as a young Tongan girl growing up, your family may have worked in agriculture or in farming, but farming didn't seem to be the thing that appealed to you a lot. Huh? When you left school, what did you do when you left school?
After I left school, I worked as a cashier in one of the shop in Tonga, Morris Hestrom. It was Morris Hestrom. It's and then from there, I worked only for 1 year, nearly 2 years, and then I resigned from there and joined the youth, because I was the youth coordinator in our parish. So I was focused on the youth, and from there I able to know about the Columban, what the Columban leadership.
And
So I decided.
you thought we were pretty good, so you would join up, right? And the Columban missionary sent you off to Fiji,
Yes.
where you are at present, and you had some formation period there, and went to Manila in the Philippines.
Yes. Yes.
And that was quite a long commitment. And was it a difficult commitment? What did you find surprising when you left the tropical islands of Tonga and Fiji and ventured to the tropical islands of the Philippines?
I found it's the only challenge in the Philippines is the way they stay. It was really close. The war. When you enter a house, it's only you see your four sides of the wall,
Yeah.
and that's the really challenge for me. Because the question I first asked, wow, do I have to know my neighbor? And it was
no big wide spaces and beaches.
yes, it was a small space, and also the way constructed. Yeah, that's the challenge for me when it was take time for me to adapt to the culture and also to the space. But I think it was really helped me to overcome that challenge when I was assigned to Olongapo,
Right.
where the American base before. So it was look like my place in Tonga. You can see your neighbor, you know your neighbor, you're able to talk to them, make friends. So from there, I learned to adjust to the culture of the Philippines.
And what type of work did you do? Olongapo is about 100 kilometers from Manila, I think. And there used to be a huge American Navy base there, which doesn't exist anymore. There are other things built on that area. What type of work did you do among the people there?
I work with the handicapped people or the disabled people because we don't have any center to them. So we have to go like home base, different kinds of disability, and like mental or stroke people, from children to the adult people to the elderly people. Yeah, we had to visit their house, do some therapy, physical therapy, and everything in their house, in their home. Because the founder of that ministry is one of the Columban father from Ireland. It's Finden Malta. May he rest in peace. Yeah, because he has also a problem of his hips. That's why he started it. And I found out it was really helpful for the whole diocese of Olongapo and Zambales. Yeah. So I was able to work from Olongapo, go along in that coastal up to the end of Zambales to Pangasinan.
And you enjoyed that work?
Yes, I really enjoyed, and that's my first experience to, to engage with different kinds of disability,
And
especially the deaf and mute.
are there important things that you believe those people taught you?
Yes. For me, I learned because some of the families, when I went along with them, I work along with them, some of the families hiding, they try to hit their children who have disability. Um, so, like to being with them, encourage them to let their children go out because it will also help, in their situation, like stress relief. But I know it was take time because sometimes they questioning me. You said to us to take them out. You coming to go with us? Because it's a shame. They feel ashamed of letting others know that they have disability members of the families. But later, it was really helped them to let people knew about it and all the helps and are coming in that way.
Now, you spent some years there and then you returned to Fiji. And you've had a lot of really important jobs, I believe, in Fiji. You've been the coordinator of the Fijian lay mission movement among the Columbans, and now you're working in the general office. But if you ever have a chance to go back to Tonga, and surely you will have the opportunity to go back to Tonga, and went back to the parish where you used to work among the youth group, what would you like to tell the young people in Tonga today? What has all your experience working in the Philippines, working as a coordinator of other lay missionaries, what do you think you have learned which would be of great value to the young people growing up in the same area that you grew up in?
I can say that being present to anyone in need is already it's already a big, big support. And just to be there, listen to their story, it's already a big sacrifice for you. You don't need to do anything, like being listened to them, and then from there you will know what to do, or what to, what's the next step for you. I think that's the most thing I really learning from being out to a different culture, because you would not know what by listening, you will know what to do next.
Would you encourage the young people to go and experience life in another culture?
Yes. But for me, because based from the experience, growing up in Tonga, it's already like learning experience for me. When I moved from Tonga to here to Fiji, I already experienced being in another culture.
Yes, yeah.
And I think that's the advance of us from Tonga coming here to Fiji for the formation. Yes, it's really important to advise them to learn, like going to another culture is really a good opportunity for you to see how they live, what the culture is all about, and see your own culture, what's the difference, what's the same way of doing things. Yes, I would advise them to.
Well, our patron Saint Columban once said, "A life unlike your own may be your teacher," and I think that's the valuable lesson that you're telling us about right now. Thank you very much for being present to us today, Nanny. And we have done nothing. We have sat here and listened, and your presence has meant much to us. So thank you for that. And we'll remember your family in Tonga, and trust and hope that they will be well and stay safe, as will the other people of your nation. So thank you.
Thank you so much for having me. I am glad to be here.
We have been talking with Naanise Mo'unga. Yeah? Did I get it right, or did I get it wrong?
Yes.
Maybe
yes.
the second to check. There's a Columban lay missionary from Tonga, currently working in Fiji. I'm Jim Mulroney.